starts now.
Good morning. Glad you're waking up with us here on a Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. And so far it's been nice. It's nice and I don't want to use the Q word, but quiet. At least in the weather department, we can use it there.
Oh man, just heat is the big story. In fact, one of our biggest stories today, Putnam City North High School going virtual today. The district says it's because there's no AC. Oh my goodness. HVAC system problems in this Oklahoma heat. The district says attendance will be decided based on a student's completion of their assignments on Google Classroom. Again, this is for Putnam City North High School today.
We certainly hate to hear that, considering the fact that they're just trying to get into the swing of things and now they're back at home.
What's the comfortable temperature for you?
Probably 72, which is not what it is in the studio.
AC-wise. In the building, 70?
70, maybe? Yeah. I don't know.
72.
Let's check in with Lacey Swope. Lace, the heat is the big story, but you got some relief for us.
We do. We have two cold fronts. One of them actually arrives this afternoon. We'll have rain and thunderstorms, which will cool folks off later this afternoon in a few areas, but the heat is building today up to 102 for a feel-like temperature across the Oklahoma City metro. So we have the heat. We also have the risk for severe storms. So trackers will be out today. We'll have live views for you on some of these storms that are popping up, because a few could be severe today. I think we'll have widely scattered storms, some downpours, some intense lightning, more than what's on radar right now. But hey, some folks are waking up to thunderstorms. It's almost been continuous lightning up near Bartlesville. That's a hefty storm. Meanwhile, just a few showers and a few strikes of lightning up near Alva. There's a shower near, Fay, Hitchcock, a couple sprinkles going on near Hennessy. And then you get back to the west near Butler and Warwood. That's trying to rain itself out right over Foss Lake. And then we're dry across Oklahoma City. The highest chance of rain, while it's not locked in, notice these are pretty small in size, is going to be to the north, a 20% chance of rain in OKC. Traffic, well, it's picking up now that we're in the 6 o'clock hour. That's our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. That's our American Fidelity Cam. So southbound Broadway extension traffic increasing. If there are any accidents, Megan will have your full update in just a minute. It's 78. We've got mid-upper 70s, a little cooler. El Reno 69 for some reason. I'll check that out. 104 in Enid today, as hot as 110 in eastern Oklahoma. And then we are talking a fall-like front. It arrives late this weekend. Widespread rain and storms next week and feeling much cooler. Yes, we're using the word cool. We'll talk more about it in just a minute.
Lacey, thank you. Now to this breaking news update this morning on that deadly shooting inside the Integris Hospital in Enid Sunday. OSBI agents say it all started with a domestic dispute. Investigators say the suspect, who has yet to be identified, left the home where the disturbance occurred and drove to the hospital. When officers approached him, he opened fire. Neighbors Courtney Morris and Jakota Copeland say they heard everything.
Lots of yelling.
Yelling, screaming, cussing. We heard everything going on last night. We heard the gunshots from Bass all the way over here, and it's pretty long ways, so.
That's such a horrible situation. There were a security guard and the suspect both killed in a shootout. The investigation is ongoing this morning, and the hospital back open now to the public.
The community is mourning the loss of that 72-year-old security guard who was killed in the shooting.
J.W. Bode was shot while confronting the suspect, and he's being remembered as a gentle giant. Our Matt McCabe has more.
A tragedy unfolding in the place where people go to heal leaves behind a profound feeling of loss.
It could have been absolutely disastrous today. And obviously our thoughts and prayers are with the security officer who was hit.
People who knew 72-year-old J.W. Bode spent all day sharing memories on social media and thanking him for the ultimate sacrifice. A tribute from the Integris Health Hospital in Enid has hundreds of shares. The hospital says, in part, quote, J.W. was our colleague and friend. He had worked at Integris Health Enid Hospital for 5 years and dedicated most of his professional life to service and safety. He was the proud father of 3 adult children and a doting grandfather. Our deepest condolences go out to his family. Bode had a long career in public safety and law enforcement with multiple CLEAT certifications and a background in martial arts. Before working at the hospital, he spent time on the security team at Emmanuel Enid Church. Pastor Sean Keels says in a statement, quote, while I was not at Emmanuel when he was on staff, I am saddened by the senseless tragedy, and I will be praying for Mr. Bode's friends and family. I understand he was a great man. Bode's friend at the church he currently attended, Kevin Choate, shared this photo of the two side by side recently, with Bode proudly wearing his Integris public safety officer uniform. In Enid, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma Zone, News 9.
Services for J.W. Bode are being organized by the Brown Cummings Funeral Home in Enid, but details haven't been announced yet.
A person of interest in the suspicious death of a woman in Lincoln County has been arrested. Ryan Archer was taken into custody Friday near Fort Smith, but released after questioning. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says Yolanda Cullison was found on August 8th in a densely wooded area in Wellston with her gun discovered nearby. The investigation right now, we're told, is ongoing.
An Oklahoma Turnpike Authority worker was killed and another in critical condition after troopers say a semi veered off the Will Rogers Turnpike in Miami. OTA says one of their operators, Zach Reinhart, was in the work zone when he was killed Monday afternoon. A second crew member was inside the work truck on the shoulder of the highway there when the semi crashed into them. The semi driver told investigators he dropped something and was trying to retrieve it when his truck went off the road. Troopers say these types of tragedies are avoidable.
There was nothing going on in front of that driver other than him taking his attention off the roadway, departing the roadway and striking two hardworking men.
An investigation into that crash is ongoing. We'll be following.
Your time now, 6:07. Meteorologist Megan Gold watching the roads for us, watching the cameras, and she's got more. How's it going, Megan?
Hey, roads are still looking good for anybody headed out the door here at 6:07 on your Tuesday morning. We do have our crews out on the roadways. This is Lex Stanfield's shot. He is on I-35, ready to respond to any accidents or any big slowdowns that we may have. Hopefully, we don't have any. I've got a couple of views for you across the metro right now. This is our downtown camera at the Dallas Junction morning drive, picking up for those of you that travel. I-40 out on the east side over near Tinker. I-40 looks great. Of course, the morning drive will continue to pick up here, especially into the 7 o'clock hour. But all of our major highways, city streets, free of any slowdowns and any accidents that you need to know about. Of course, watch the school zones and stop for those buses. Your drive times right now are good to go. Just be safe out there, guys.
Gubernatorial candidate and Oklahoma Attorney General Gettner Drummond is set to announce a comprehensive plan to improve education in our state. AG Drummond, who's been very critical of State Superintendent Ryan Walters in the past, is presenting his own education plan today. He says the plan will be used to improve student outcomes, support teachers, and ensure accountability in schools. The AG's announcement is at 4 p.m. this afternoon.
Of course, so many students now back in the classroom. Choctaw Tacoma going back today. We love seeing your back to school photos. This is Elias in 3D.
3D?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's a nickname.
Yeah.
But if not, it's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, they're in 12th and 11th grade. Have a great senior and junior year.
Aww.
And how about Danielle? Intermediate school right now.
Hey, Danielle.
Yeah, rocking the stripes. Love it. We love to see your back to school pictures. You can always send them to us at news9.com/schools.
I love showing these pictures.
I know.
I don't know how long we get to do it, the rest of this week at least, but I could show one every day of the year. Isn't it awesome?
As long as people keep sending them.
Just celebrating students.
Smile. Did I
Yeah.
miss Brooklyn's yesterday? Did Brookie have one yesterday, Lacey?
She started back to school yesterday. She absolutely did. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been exciting for sure. So exciting for so many families across the state of Oklahoma, getting back into the swing, back to the routine. And today at the bus stop, we are dry in Oklahoma City. We've had a couple thunderstorms to the north, back to the west. I'll show you Next Gen Live. Here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, we're watching the sunrise on the eastern horizon. We actually officially see the rise over the horizon at 6:53. We're in the 70s. Scorching hot this afternoon, and some may see severe weather. We'll have your full timeline coming up.
Coming up, an end to the war in Ukraine could be in sight, plus the dupe of a popular children's toy could be deadly. Your top national stories next.
Plus, a small Oklahoma town is rattled after a family of 4 was found shot inside their home. Why investigators believe one of the family members was responsible. Those details ahead.
Time for the bus stop forecast.
Choctaw Tacoma going back today. And
Welcome back.
how many districts are left? I mean, probably just a couple, right, that have not.
Yeah, I
yet?
feel like by the end of this week, at least K through 12 is mostly back, and then some more colleges are next week. So.
Right, most of the colleges started, yesterday. Some of them trickle in this week. OU next week. And before you know it, we're talking high school football, college football.
There we go.
And all the sporting events are back underway. Today's hot, though. It's already warm this morning. It's very hot into the afternoon hours. It can be dangerously hot if you're not prepared. So as you're getting your kiddos ready for the bus stop this morning, make sure they are dressed for summertime for sure. Coming home from school or while you're waiting in that pickup line, we will have a chance for a few thunderstorms this afternoon. Notice by 3, that is bumping up to 40%. And a few of the storms around can produce damaging winds. There'll be a lightning threat today for any after-school practices or just after-school plans. Remember to have that News 9 app with you. If lightning is happening with these storms, it will alert you, and you got to go indoors and let it pass on by. Summertime storms are dangerous for many reasons, but one is just how ferocious the lightning can be. Now, today we're heading to 96. It'll feel like 102, but just to show you 1 week from today, we will be in the 70s for highs. We'll have scattered storm chances, and guys, those temperatures are much more typical of early October, not late August. Of course, we have a cool down. We don't just transition to full-blown fall. We start to heat it back up, but it's going to be a huge change. Relief is coming, and right now it's statewide rain chances, at least off and on. This morning, tracking some rain. We'll be talking about the thunderstorms up near Bartlesville, a couple thunderstorms near Alva, another one near Canton and Canton Lake, another out near Foss Lake. They're kind of few and far between, but they go up. They don't move very quickly. They're pretty much stationary. So Alva, it's just been raining for the last 30-45 minutes. It's going to continue until that thing rains itself out. We're dry in Oklahoma City, but notice a new shower went up north of Clinton, a couple more up in near Watonga, north of Watonga, and then south of Moorwood. And we may have a few more trickle in over the next couple of hours. So it's a 20% chance of rain in OKC, 40% up to the north. Look at that shot. Take a look at your TV on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. The sunrise on your Tuesday is absolutely beautiful. Not only are just the colors above the horizon amazing, but with some of the clouds that are overhead, it's just going to get prettier and prettier as we head through the next 20-30 minutes or so. Sunrise is getting closer and closer to 7 a.m. It is 78 degrees. That is the temp. It is very warm. It's 79 in Watonga, Stillwater 76, Norman 75. It's 75 in Ardmore, Clinton 76 degrees. Notice the winds have really been ramping up with those Bartlesville storms as they're collapsing. And that's what we'll watch for later today, except the storms this afternoon will have more energy to work with and they could become severe. So all the heat develops. We get up to about 102 in Oklahoma City, maybe as hot as 110 in eastern Oklahoma, factoring in the moisture. Weak boundary moves in, and with that, storms just kind of explode as we head into the afternoon. There's not enough steering jet stream winds for these to really become supercells or to cause any type of rotation, but these storms will go up, and when they collapse and rain themselves out, those strong wind gusts become a possibility. We'll have to monitor every storm closely. We'll likely have numerous storms, so maybe some small hail, a few may produce up to quarters, but it's 60 to 70 mile-an-hour winds that we're really going to watch for. And again, numerous storms try to take off once we get through the heating of the day. The cap later today is weak, and I think it gets broken pretty early, maybe 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. By 4, here's all the cells. Now, not every storm that goes up will be severe. They'll kind of be what we call pulse severe, not their entirety of their life will they be severe. Then they weaken as we lose the heating of the day, but look at all of them across the region, and they'll be hit and miss. We may have a few in the metro. You may get 1 or 2 in your area, and many folks today will just stay completely dry. You'll just kind of see the rain going on around you. Lows tonight in the 60s and 70s. Overnight, a lot of the rain, a lot of those storms fizzle. We'll still have a chance in the metro after midnight for a while and down into southern Oklahoma. And temperatures tomorrow will be in the lower and mid 90s. It'll feel better. Dew points really drop off tomorrow afternoon for central and northern Oklahoma. Still a chance for a few thunderstorms to the south for your Wednesday, and a few of those could still produce stronger winds. Now, looking at the big picture, of course, there's Aaron. Aaron is a Cat 3 turning up the Atlantic, but see the storm going on way out here off the coast of Canada. It gets caught up in the jet stream, rides up, and then dives down early next week. That's what shoves the cold front in here by Sunday. Monday is much cooler. By Tuesday, we have 40s to the north up around the Great Lakes, 50s and 60s across Oklahoma, and then rounds of rain. Highs in the 70s and 80s. It really is a complete pattern shift as we head into next week. Take a look at your 9-day. Today's the hottest, and again, the next few days, we hover close to average. Sunday is cooler, and you'll really notice the difference Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thanks. Let's get to some top national stories. President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met at the White House yesterday. That meeting comes after President Trump's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday. President Trump says that he called the Russian president shortly after yesterday's meetings in hopes of setting up a summit between Zelensky and Putin.
Parts of North Carolina are under a tropical storm watch as Hurricane Aaron moves across the Atlantic. The Category 4 storm is expected to move over the state's Outer Banks region Wednesday and Thursday while gradually weakening.
All right, the Consumer Product Safety Commission warning about fake Labubu dolls. Labubu toys gone viral on social media. Some are really expensive, like hundreds of dollars. Those are the Labubus. Well, the fake ones are called Lafufus.
Sure they are.
They are much smaller, they break easily, and that is posing a choking risk for children and even a death risk to young children. You've been warned.
Still not sure how to tell the difference between the two. Mabus and fufus. Let's head over to Megan Gold now. She's watching the roads for us this morning. 6:19 as people are heading out the door. What can they expect, Megan?
Well, the roads look really, really good. If you are headed out right now, you will see the gorgeous Oklahoma skies. We talk about it so often. We've had some clear skies here over the last several days. Looking off to the north and to the east, what you're seeing is storms in far northern and northeastern Oklahoma up towards the Bartlesville area. And we can see those gorgeous cloud formations from here in the metro. Northwest Expressway, Lake Hefner Parkway looks great. The Kilpatrick Turnpike at Penn. If you travel there, take a look at your screen here. Looks good. A few more folks out and about now as we roll into or closer to the back half of the 6 o'clock hour. Still no accidents, no slowdowns, and hopefully we will keep it that way here on your Tuesday morning. Right now, your drive times into Oklahoma City from all directions are good to go, guys. Back to you.
Coming up, a Broken Arrow junior climbing the national rankings with more than 30 D1 football offers. Why he says this year could be his most important yet.
I'm blessed. First and foremost, all glory to God. I'm blessed. It's a little overwhelming, you know, you're trying to take a nap or something, and you get phone calls, text message on text message.
I hear you. Same, same.
Me too.
Hey, the News 9 sports team counting down the days until kickoff with their top 10 high school football players in the state. That was number 5, safety Samaj Stanford, a Broken Arrow newcomer. He has over 30 Division I offers already on the table to play football at OSU, OU, Ohio State, and Clemson. And again, he is in Broken Arrow.
So good he can't get a nap in.
Is he a junior?
I guess so, yeah. He was transferred for sophomore season. I'm going to take some people off. I love OU and OSU.
There you go.
Clemson's a place.
There you go. I can't wait for the high school football season to start. It is right around the corner.
And hopefully some football temperatures to come with it. Hey, don't forget to tune in to tonight at 7, our first in football special report. We're looking at how Oklahoma colleges, their football teams are going to play in their first games in just a few weeks. Plus, what we can expect throughout the season. It's tonight at 7.
Let's get over to Lacey Swope. Lacey, Samaj there was saying it's so annoying. I try to take a nap and people are calling and texting. And
all
it's like,
time.
I know. It's like
when you're so
good.
popular.
I'm just telling you, all of us
And you're
experience
so
this.
good.
Those naps.
Everyone needs
late.
you. That Do Not Disturb when the iPhone came out with that, best thing ever.
Amazing.
Can you show me how to you this? I don't.
That's why I never answer your calls, Colby.
Well,
Well, there's more reasons.
many
Well,
reasons.
you're on it
Many
permanently.
reasons.
That's my excuse to everybody. That's for sure. It works well. Look at this video. This is from Tina and Jeff Snow in Moreland. Okay, there's the mama turkey. Look at all of her little chicks. But see the one on her back? Oh, look at it. Oh my gosh. That's such a clear trail cam, first of all. And look how green it is in Moreland. To be August, this was taken on the 15th. She was so excited. She sent that video. I said, Tina, I love this. I'm obsessed with it. Look at the breeze blowing her pretty hair.
I love that the hen was not even fazed by a baby on her back.
Right.
She's like, come on, I'm
Carrying the weight of the world, as mamas do. You know how it goes. Getting a good old drink of water, but what a great idea to put the camera on the water supply. We love your trail cam pictures that show and highlight Oklahoma wildlife. Keep them coming. Right now, water has been hard to come by for wildlife. That's always a great thing to have out, an extra source. We'll have more thunderstorms today. It'll be dangerously hot and maybe some severe weather this afternoon. We'll get into the details statewide. Who could see damaging winds, intense lightning, and when that true fall cold front moves in, that's minutes away. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thank you. Coming up, a 4-year-old boy is recovering after being mauled by his family's new dog. What the parents say the shelter didn't tell them when we come back.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Good morning, Oklahoma. 6:30 on your Tuesday. You're looking live in Blanchard on the Lucky Star Skycam network. We have the camera pointed towards the Veterans Memorial. It looks beautiful there. What you can't see is the heat. It's going to be another hot one today, you guys.
What you can see is a beautiful sunrise is working right now. We always love those Oklahoma sunrises.
And yeah, you can feel the heat though. I want to talk about that for a second because it feels so thick. You should be able to see it, right? That's what I was thinking yesterday.
Out there.
Yeah, you should be able to just cut it in half at least.
Let's find out from Lacey Swope, standing by in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey, another hot one on tap.
Definitely. You step outside, the heat kind of hits you in the face, that's for sure. And as we go through the next couple of days, it gets a little better. It really does. Today's the hottest day of the next 9. We've got our cameras dialed in here on that Oklahoma sky and the sunrise. Few clouds billowing up on a few of our cameras to the north. That's our Concho cam pointing on the northern horizon. And we got thunderstorms going on near Bartlesville, near Canton Lake, some rain out near Clinton. Let me show you what we're expecting for this afternoon. Nothing is severe this morning, but by the time we get to 3 through about midnight, we'll have numerous storms take off, and several of them could have damaging winds with them. So the storms are in the north, back to the northwest. We've got a little thunderstorm over Alva. It's been raining in Alva since like 5:30 this morning. And then north of O'Keene, west of Hitchcock, near Fay and Thomas. We've dry in here in Oklahoma City, and then a couple showers going up near Putnam and back to Clinton. So hit and miss. Not everyone's seeing that. 20% chance of rain here in OKC. Oh, we just lost our camera. SSM Health was beautiful of the sunrise. It is 78 degrees. It's 78 in Watonga, 78 in Lawton. Man, temperature's very, very warm. South breeze, you can see where the winds are stronger with a stronger cell, a heavy storm up near Bartlesville. And then it's all about the heat. We get really hot, then those storms take off. We're hot over the next few days, but not as hot. Then that stronger front arrives. The coolest air of the season, of the summer, is headed our way. We'll talk about what to expect and who sees rain and wind next week coming up.
Lacey, thank you. A family in Cleveland County says their son is recovering after their newly adopted dog attacked him.
Yeah, the family claims that the shelter lied about the dog's temperament. The shelter does not agree. Elizabeth Fitz has the story.
This is George.
George is a sweet 4-year-old. How is George doing today?
Better.
Days earlier, Stephanie Lowther and Colby Barker's newly adopted dog attacked their young son. It is still hard for her to talk about. The dog, named Polo, had been in the family's home for less than 48 hours when the attack occurred. George had to get 27 stitches, 19 staples, and 4 tubes of medical glue.
Luckily, they had sedated him because I don't think he would have made it through them touching him because it was bad enough when I had to wrap his head with a t-shirt and keep pressure on it.
He says Noble Animal Welfare told him Polo was great with children.
And come to find out they had a couple of returns with the dog before for issues. And, unfortunately, we found out the hard way.
That's the reason why we're trying to get a word out, because we don't want this to happen or worse, a child die. Because they wanted to get rid of an animal.
Noble Animal Welfare confirmed in a statement that Polo was adopted last Tuesday after having been at the shelter for about 2 months. It added, quote, Polo showed no signs of aggression while in the shelter to other animals or to humans. We do not place animals on the available for adoption list that have shown any signs of aggression, end quote. The family says Polo was killed after being shot by a Cleveland County sheriff.
As soon as the sheriff got near the dog, it went on full attack mode.
Took 5 bullets to get him to go down.
Elizabeth Fitz, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And George was supposed to start school last Friday, but couldn't go because of his injuries. His parents say that he's soon going to begin therapy.
We are learning new information this morning about a quadruple shooting in Fairview that killed 2 family members and seriously injured 2 others. Police say when they arrived at the family's home, they found David Archuleta and his 17-year-old daughter dead. His wife Laura and their 13-year-old son were rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Investigators will only say one of the family members is responsible for the shooting.
What makes it difficult for us and challenging is that the 2 people who are witnesses who are in the hospital right now, we're still waiting to talk with them to kind of learn more about what transpired inside that house.
The OSBI says Laura and the son are showing signs of improvement, but this morning they are in critical condition.
It's not closure because we have all these unanswered questions.
Michaela has
the right to be laid to rest, knowing that everyone that was involved has been brought to justice.
Nearly 2 years after the murder of Michaela Meave, her family says justice still hasn't been served. Meave's husband, Frank Byers, was convicted of her murder and sentenced to life in prison. But her parents believe someone helped move her body. The Harpers are now taking that story nationally with a 48-hour special on Michaela's murder. It's set to air this fall. We'll keep you posted.
And an update to breaking news we first brought you yesterday morning. Oklahoma City police say 2 different drivers struck 2 different police cruisers on the northwest side of Oklahoma City yesterday morning. Those officers were working a crash along Lake Hefner Parkway right near Northwest 50th, where they say Colby Thelen struck an unoccupied cruiser. While police worked that crash, they say another driver crashed into an officer's vehicle. That officer was inside. The officer is expected to recover. Meanwhile, Piedro was arrested. The other driver's condition or possibility of arrest is still unclear. And we have more information on a stabbing in Midtown. It happened early yesterday morning. Police now say 3 people were stabbed near Northwest 6th and Classen. All the victims were taken to the hospital. At last check, they're stable. No arrests have been made.
All right, your time now, 6:36. Meteorologist Megan Gold is watching the roads and traffic for us. How are things shaping up, Megan?
Still really good. Hopefully we'll keep it that way as we head into the back half of the 6 o'clock hour here. For those of you traveling in Oklahoma City from El Reno to Yukon using I-40, looking off to the west, it looks good. No slowdowns there on I-40 for you. Of course, we had that huge crash yesterday morning, the backup for miles in the eastbound lane of I-40. So hopefully nothing like that here for your Tuesday. Here's Broadway Extension to 235. It looks really good as well. The morning drive picking up, getting a little bit more congested, but still moving along just fine. Starting to see a little bit of yellow showing up there on I-35 in the northbound lanes. Of course, very typical as the morning rolls along. From our Christensen cam at Memorial and Portland, the sunrise, gorgeous. Some clouds as we look off to the north to storms in northeastern Oklahoma. Your drive times into Oklahoma City are good to go from all directions, guys.
Well, OU Health is celebrating the grand opening of its new cancer center at Norman Regional. Officials say the OU Health Stevenson Cancer Center officially opened to the public in June. They tried to have that big ribbon cutting back in May, but the Oklahoma weather got in the way, so they did it yesterday. The Norman facility is 50,000 square feet and offers advanced cancer treatments and supportive services.
It's really incredible and really does represent a next chapter of cancer care in Norman.
OU Health says the center is our state's only cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
6:37 on your Tuesday as we take a live look now at Will Rogers International Airport. This is our Lucky Star Skycam network. Beautiful shot there. No flights taking off right now. But hey, if you are heading to the airport today through Thursday, enrollment is open for the Global Entry Program. That program, run by Homeland Security, will allow travelers expedited clearance when they get back into the U.S. You can sign up on the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website. A code is required to schedule that appointment. You can find all the information on news9.com. Well, AT&T customers could be eligible for cash payments if a $177 million settlement is approved. The settlement is over 2 data breaches in March and 1 in July of last year. Emails are already being sent out to eligible customers for up to a $7,500 payout. Checking my email now. Approval is set for December.
Hey, we love seeing your back-to-school photos. We're going to take a look at a couple right now. How about Kinsley, who's starting pre-K? There's Kinsley.
Kinsley's ready.
Rocking, yeah, the pink backpack straps, loving it. How about Tevi and Tayden, 1st and 2nd grade?
I love those names.
Yeah, they're ready to go. Got the tube socks on, looking sharp.
Heck yeah, backpacks, they're styling. We hope it's a great school year.
Love seeing these pictures. Keep sending them in, news9.com/schools. And we know we got a lot of students going back today.
Yeah. That's Tacoma Park today. Exactly. That's right. Yeah, right in the middle of the heat.
I know. I love all the back to school style. I pulled in yesterday to pick up my kiddo. She's in winter gear.
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
Yeah.
We were talking about this.
Shorts and hoodie, doesn't matter how hot it is.
My kids wear a sweatshirt, shorts, and Crocs to school. That is their outfit. What's Brookie's outfit? How's that going?
Oh, it changes.
Okay.
So yesterday she
within
started
the same school day.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
She's like,
she started in the morning with heels, and she had on her princess crown.
Yes.
And she had on her Native American earrings.
Okay.
It was really a look, and then later transitioned to like a homemade tie-dye shirt and shorts.
I love it.
So
I love it.
she's all over the place.
Wardrobe changes.
Princess to hippie. All the time, all mixed in one. Hey, Oklahoma weather, very, very hot today. Here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, we're talking about heat advisories, dangerously hot, feeling like over 100 in many areas. Then thunderstorm chances go up, and oh, the sunrise showing off this morning. We'll talk about what to expect with rain and when that big cool down arrives. Coming up.
All right, 7:15 your time right now, and we're looking at another hot one, but maybe storms, well, right? That helps.
That'll cool us off a little bit.
Always does. Yeah, when you get the rain-cooled air right overhead, you can drop to the 60s, the 70s while it's falling. Today we'll have multiple storms in the afternoon, but before the storms develop, we still get really, really hot.
Yeah, just hot.
Hot, cooking across the state. This morning, we've got 70s, close to 80 degrees in many areas, and look at the Oklahoma skies showing off this morning. Absolutely beautiful on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Sunrise still about 10 minutes away. So yeah, it just looks like a pot of gold, doesn't it? Beautiful with the cloud cover overhead. Clouds around due to a few thunderstorms going on to the north. Storms developed up near Bartlesville. It's been very heavy rain, almost constant lightning north of Tulsa. Meanwhile, the storms that have been going on across the north and northwest, they're very weak right now on Next Gen Live. Zooming it in, we're dry in Oklahoma City. Roads have been dry overnight. Had one little cell pop up west of Glencoe, north of Stillwater, probably close to it's a little north of the airport in Stillwater, and it is falling apart. So they kind of go up and rain themselves out. Notice that 15-minute lapse with these showers out near Putnam and Hitchcock. They're not really moving. They're stationary. Still some light to moderate rain going on up near Alva. And if we zoom it in out near Butler and Moorwood, that shower is holding on for dear life, but it won't be there much longer. It's starting to fizzle. The zone that we're watching is basically from Clinton to Enid to Stillwater, where you could have a few more of those billow up, but chances are very spotty at this point. And it is dry in the metro, which just makes for another stunning start to your Tuesday. 78, it feels like 81 already. It is thick, it is humid, it's going to be very muggy again this afternoon, and all that heat and energy will be instability for these storms to explode rapidly later today. Numerous storms. Now, if we had more jet stream winds, of course, these storms would be more intense, but what we're expecting today is them to billow up and then rain themselves out. And some of them can produce damaging winds. We'll get to it. We'll be in the 70s this morning, getting the kiddos off to school. Looking good, looking dry. Mid-90s already for the early afternoon. Coming home from school, mid-upper 90s, 102, and a 40 to a 60% chance of rain. Not everyone sees rain today. That's why it's not locked in at 100%. These cells will be pretty small, and again, they develop after we get to peak heating. So we still have a chance to warm up. Heat index, one of the biggest concerns with dew points in the 70s, 110, some areas 111 in eastern Oklahoma. Hot across the entire state today, and a weak boundary moves in. So tomorrow is cooler than today by about 5 to 6 degrees, and a much stronger front arrives as we head into your weekend. More on that in a minute. 60 to a 70 to an 80% chance of rain today. Will not rain all day. You'll get one of those showers or storms, and then that one will kind of rain itself out. Some areas might get a couple. When that happens, localized flooding is possible because they'll be very heavy rain producers, but look how tiny they are. This is the same pattern we've been in over the last several days, and it's kind of statewide. We get to the peak heating and everything just starts to percolate, and eventually thunderstorms develop. Then we start to lose the heating of the day. Everything starts to stabilize, quiet back down. Still a chance for a few showers and storms tonight, but that chance is not locked in overnight. As far as storm chances and the threats go, a few could be severe. Most of them won't have much hail with them. Some could have P to dime. Couples could have quarters, but it's really 60 to 70 mile-an-hour winds. And when you get winds that strong, one, it's hard to drive in, so it's dangerous to drive in. Watch for that. Along with could have some power lines that come down or tree limbs that are damaged in that type of a wind. Tonight, 70s, 20, 40 to a 60% chance of rain. And then tomorrow, low 90s on the way. and the humidity will not be as high. The heat index, yeah, it'll feel better tomorrow. Still hot. 20% chance of afternoon storms for your Wednesday. Higher chance down to the south. And watch the pattern. This first front, yeah, it moves through, makes it feel a little better. We're still in the 90s for the next few days. Hot. Saturday's hot. And then Sunday, that stronger front arrives. It turns chilly to cold along the Great Lakes and the Midwest. We're talking 40s. We won't be that chilly across Oklahoma. Lows 50s and 60s. Highs in the 70s and low 80s with waves of rain headed our way. In fact, next week, due to off and on rain, at times statewide rain, 1 to 2, and some areas could see 3 inches of rain next week. It's a great pattern to be in. We got to get through the heat, and that lasts through the next several days. Back to you guys, the news desk.
All right, Lacey, thank you. New this morning, a major development in the case against former Choctaw High School choir teacher Samuel Melton.
He's accused of coercing, groping, and repeatedly sexually assaulting a student. He's expected to plead guilty this afternoon. Lisa learned he could be confronted with more than a prison sentence. Lisa?
Well, Lacey, Avery Smith is prepared to face Samuel Melton today. Her first step was coming forward, publicly revealing her name and allegations. Today, she'll take the next step, sitting just feet from her former teacher in court to make sure her voice is heard.
We'll let you set yourself in there.
Samuel Melton didn't say a word during his arrest in April, but investigators say he'd already confessed when weeks earlier Choctaw-Nakoma Park administrators confronted him with the allegations. Melton resigned immediately when accused of carrying on a year-long sexual relationship with a 16-year-old student on campus from 2023 to 2024. Avery Smith, that student, kept it to herself in high school, but recently chose to go public, revealing her name, her story, and every intimate detail. In a newly obtained investigative report, Smith says Melton groomed and manipulated her. The two would meet before, during, and after school on his so-called therapy couch. The meetings quickly raised concern among other educators who voiced those concerns about Melton's behavior with girls at least 2 years earlier to school administrators. Despite those red flags, Melton was allowed to stay in the classroom. An oversight Smith's attorney Cameron Spradling now says is criminal in its own right. In a statement, he says Choctaw-Nakoma Park turned a blind eye to predators, and now that cover-up must be exposed. Harboring pedophiles is as shameful as being one, and Choctaw-Nakoma Park must be held accountable. Now, they are suing the school district for $25 million, alleging administrators ignored repeated warnings that could have spared Smith a lifetime of trauma. Lacey.
We'll be following it. Meanwhile, Samuel Melton is expected to plead guilty this afternoon with victim impact statements expected at sentencing.
6:50 your time right now. Of course, that morning commute's picking up. Megan Gold's got a report on traffic. Hey, Megan.
Hey, Colby. Starting to see a big backup in the eastbound lanes of I-40 and Meridian. If you were with us yesterday, we had an issue in this exact same spot. Still no word of any crash, but the slowdown, it is extending now for several miles. It's moving, which is good news. But again, the eastbound lanes of I-40 from really just areas west of I-44. So Portland back to MacArthur and eventually probably on to Council. That is our only big issue out on the roadways right now. Starting to see a few little pockets of the yellow showing just some typical congestion. But that drive time from El Reno into Oklahoma City is increasing. So if you're headed eastbound I-40, I would get out the door a few extra minutes early. Guys, back to you.
Megan, thanks. Coming up, a vintage truck that was stolen from an Oklahoma antique mall is back where it belongs. You might remember this story, but the owners now finally got to thank the man who made that happen. We'll have it right after this. Coming up on the Coca-Cola porch, we are headed to the zoo to see its newest addition. Don't miss a peek at the all-new baby zebra. It's a pretty black and white story. We'll have it at 9.
I think his name's Xerxes. Can't wait. Hey, a great update here. Earlier this month, 23rd Street Antique Mall had its vintage 1940s truck stolen from the parking lot. There it is. Well, a good Samaritan, Michael, saw the truck, followed it. Eventually, the suspect brought the truck back to the store. The owners, Bill and Denny, never got to see or say thank you to this Michael guy. Well, they finally tracked him down. Meet Michael. Yeah, He swung by the antique store and they got to properly thank him for caring enough to say, hey, that's the stolen truck. followed it. Everything's okay now, and they finally figured out who Michael, the Good Samaritan, was.
How could he have known who the truck belonged to? Oh, wait, it's right there on the side.
It's a great story, though, just people caring in the community.
And followed him, tracked him down until he knew that it was back. So
awesome.
Good on Michael.
Fun fact, Bill and Lee Denny used to be my neighbors. When I was
Really?
little. They're just as wonderful as can be.
Yeah, great. I'm glad they have it back now. And of course, we're looking at getting back to maybe some cooler temperatures, hopefully sometime soon, Lacey.
Yeah, next week that cold front arrives. We're still stuck in the heat today for sure. 96 degrees. We got a couple showers to the north. Thunderstorms expected later today. And guys, some of those could be severe. Trackers will be out.
Do want to show you the eastbound lanes of I-40. We had the same problem yesterday morning, some type of backup happening. No reports of a crash, but if you're headed eastbound I-40 in Oklahoma City, give yourself extra time out the door.
Same spot, too.
Yeah,
literally
what's
same
going on
spot.
there? Hey, thanks for joining us. Make it a great Tuesday.